All right, so a lot of people have been asking me for this since I released the Batman vs. Red Hood video, and it's a review for both Red Hood here and my Mafex custom Nightwing. Well, actually, Red Hood they've been asking for a lot longer since I made them, shoot, about like a year ago now. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do a double review, both of them at the same time, and let's start with Nightwing first. Because why not? So, Nightwing. The base of him is my own custom molded and casted body parts, of course. If you didn't check my Instagram, you should do that, and you'll see a bit of some behind the scenes stuff. I think, maybe not. I'm not too sure. Oh no, those were posted on my story. Okay, never mind. You won't see anything. But yeah, so it's a custom molded and casted body parts that I've sculpted myself, and Mafex bootleg Spider-Man parts. So most of the joints, like elbows, whatever, pelvis, freaking ankles, all that are from the Mafex Spider-Man bootlegs. Because the joints are sturdy, and I can't really mold and cast joints. It's extremely difficult. It's hard to find a really good resin, so I just use the bootlegs. They're only like 20 bucks anyways. So yeah, let's get into more of the details of this guy. Let me get zoomed in for a second. All right, so if you see here, the blues aren't sculpted or anything. They're just straight up painted. I think they're painted with like an aqua blue or some sort. I do have sculpted like the glove cuff. Yeah, let me get something point. Here we go. So yeah, the glove cuff right here is like is sculpted in, so it looks like there's a glove. But the boot I did not sculpt in because I was spending too much time on this custom. So instead, I just painted it in a satin black. This is a satin black, and this is like a flat black and stuff like that. But yeah, so I just wanted to do that because it would have taken too long to keep sculpting and all that, and I really wanted to get the project done. So yeah, I ended up just painting it and stuff like that. The feet are actually the real Mafex Miles Morales feet. The first ever Miles Morales that Mafex released it, not the like Into the Spider-Verse version and stuff like that. It's like the adult version of Miles. This is his actual feet. Since I'm not using it for anything else, I decided just to use it for this. And yeah, and these batons here are actually steel dowels. I think they're 3 millimeter diameter steel dowels by 45 millimeters in length. You can search up on Amazon. You get like a bulk of 100 of them, I think, for $8. I think. I think that's right. You can check it out. Just check it out on Amazon and stuff like that. But yeah. So if you look at the body part here, this is my own custom molded Jim Lee styled bodies because the Batman figures from Mafex are all Jim Lee art style. So I try to replicate that as much as I can with like the abs, chest, obliques, and stuff like that, shoulders, biceps. I try to replicate as much as I can. And oh, and the symbol here is actually sculpted. Like this is actually sculpted in the chest compared to like here. Oh no. Shoulders is also sculpted. There's actually like here, like you can see I can't really move any forward. That's a sculpt. The arms here and forearms are not sculpted, but this is sculpted, this is sculpted, this is also sculpted right here, as you can see, and in the back is sculpted as well. So yeah, let's talk about the head next. So the head is a Peter Parker, Mafex Peter Parker head that I just sculpted a domino mask on top of, and I redid the top of the hair. The size of the hair is the same thing, but the top of the hair, I copied the Sideshow Collectibles Jim Lee style or Hush styled Nightwing statue. I copied that in terms of the design, and yeah, so I hit it with like a flat black for the hair and just a dry brushing of blue. I don't know if you can see the blue. Honestly, not really, but yeah, it's got like a dry brushing of blue to simulate like how Mafex does theirs. Like Superman got like a dry brushing of blue on top. So yeah, and yeah, that's Nightwing's face, Dick Grayson's face. And yeah, that's about all I could really say about him. Nothing much. I mean, I guess like a couple hands here. I'll show his hands. Here, stand over there, Nightwing. All right, see here. All right, so he comes with like some normal relaxed hands right here. Oh yeah, these are, by the way, the Deadpool hands. Mafex Deadpool hands. So yeah, I use those. And he comes with like splayed out hands. All of them are hand painted, by the way, of course. So good I am. And he comes with just normal fist hands as well. And he comes with gun holding hands that I don't really use because he doesn't really use guns. So, you know, stuff like that. But yeah. That's literally about it. Yeah, nothing else. Oh man, English. Nightwing doesn't really have anything else about him. Oh, I guess I could say his neck's got some sculpted details too. Like the collar right there is actually sculpted too. So yeah, I guess yeah. But yeah, that's about it. That's all the release of Nightwing. I think it took me 2 weeks to make him. So yeah, not that long. All right, we'll keep him over there. Chill over there, Nightwing. Okay, now let's talk about this guy. Jason Todd Red Hood. So, his base body is a Mafex bootleg Deadpool. What I had done was I dremeled away a lot of things from this Deadpool. Like, so there was like a pouch that would usually be here. I pulled that out, and there was like straps. I cut those off, and then I filled in the big hole that was left behind. Here, I have a. Here we go. See, when you pull it out, it leaves this big kind of like divot, and there's like straps that usually on it. So I kind of did what I did here. I pulled it out, cut off most of the straps, and then I filled in that hole right there with some like Procreate and stuff like that, and then just kind of sanded it down, smoothed it out, and you end up with something like this right here, nice and smooth. And yeah, and then so for the Shin Guards here, it's just the normal Shin Guards that were supposed to be on Deadpool, but I sanded it all down smooth because in the comics he had like smooth Shin Guards, and I sculpted in these shoe guards right here and sculpted in the knee pads, and I hit this with a, I believe, a Model Masters metallic silver, and then black washed it with like a satin black and stuff like that. So yeah, it gives it a nice little effect. Same thing for like the belt buckles here. These were like silver metallic and then black wash and stuff like that. And then I sculpted in these wrinkles right there. Wrinkles are sculpted in. Wrinkles are also sculpted in here as well. There's no inner wrinkles all over the body, just those in the pants and stuff like that. And then this jacket, yeah, let's talk about this jacket. This jacket is a Mezco Logan jacket. So if you want to get the same kind of jacket, search that up on eBay. That's where I got it from. I got it from eBay. Someone was just selling it individually. Okay, so the hands here are just from the Mafex Batman from the Justice League movie. I'm going to be replacing these hands with something else. I just had these at the moment, and I wanted to just, I don't know, I was just experimenting with it, but yeah. I sculpted in these cuffs, and then the forearms as well. The forearms used to look like this right here, and I dremeled them down flat, and then sculpted on top the musculature of, like, you know, the forearms that like Batman had, and then I created this kind of like lip for like his long sleeve bodysuit that he has inside. And yeah, let's talk about that. You know what? Let's take this apart. So the way I take this apart is I grab it by right here, and then I pull off the forearms just like that. Same thing for this side. Pull off, pull his arms back, and then I just take off the jacket. If I could take off the jacket. There we go. Jacket gone. And then they're just pretty easy to plug back in. There we go. And that's how he looks like, just like that. All right. Okay, so we're going to start with the belt area. I want to talk about these straps here. So these straps, I got asked this a lot on Instagram and stuff like this. Like, what were these strap pieces here? And these were made from, hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. These were made from a mask, you know, like the mask that we wear nowadays. I took the elastics from there and I cut it off, and then I soaked these in black paint to kind of give it a little grayish tone to it, and then I just kind of glued them on. I glued one here, and then I made a round back, and it created these kind of like strap things. Oh yeah, by the way, the guns aren't attached to it. They're attached to another strap over here. And then yeah, these holsters were made out of Procreate, actually, just to give it a kind of flex that it needed to make the guns. These deagles, these are custom 3D printed deagles, by the way. Yeah, and they make it just kind of hold in snugly and slip out more easily, since it's made of a flexible sculpting, which is Procreate. I think I've said that like 10 times already, but yeah, Procreate. Let's talk about, what's next? Oh, man, I'm not too good with reviews. Let's talk about the body. So for the body here, This is this abdomen area. Of course, I try to base it off the Jim Lee style, including the chest area. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I'm trying to replicate it again since I'm making a new one, but it's like super like difficult. Like it's, man, I'm finding it like really hard to replicate what I've done here. And the back's the same thing, Jim Lee styled and stuff like that. I think it took me a whole week to make all this, like all this right here. Same thing for the shoulders and biceps, Jim Lee styled and stuff like that. And yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but let me zoom out a bit. But if you look at the neck, it looks like it's sitting kind of high, and that's because the jacket. When you put on the jacket, it adds on like a full, like for us, it's like very thin, right? But in action figure perspective, it's like a whole inch or so, maybe inch and a half worth of clothing being added to them and stuff like that. So it thickens it up a lot. So when you put the jacket on, the neck looks normal because the jacket's just so thick in scale with him. That's why I raised the neck up really, really high. So that's why I don't really take off the jacket, because if you see, it looks kind of long. It looks pretty long, you know? But yeah, but it looks really good with the jacket on. That's why I keep the jacket on at all times. But yeah, just straighten him out just a bit. I think that's all I could really talk about in terms of his sculpt. Oh, well, the head is a 3D printed head of my own that I've sculpted. I spent, I think 6 hours digitally sculpting this in Blender. And then I just printed it out, sanded it, hit it with a Tamiya metallic red, and 2 layers of Tamiya gloss clear coat to give it that nice shimmery shine. God, that looks so good. But yeah, that's all for the helmet. He comes with all the Batman hands. I do have a pair of custom 3D printed hands that I probably be putting back on him. Those like just like splayed out fist, relaxed, stuff like that. Oh, let's talk about his little other things I made. Hold up. All right, so let's talk about this. So this is a Jason Todd head that I got from Instagram from, I believe, Geek Collectibles. I think that's where I got it from. I'm not sure. It's on. I got it from someone on Instagram. He hooked me up with this awesome head sculpt with Jason Todd from like, I think it was the Red Hood Rebirth series. But yeah, really nice looking. Really liked it. Had it in the video if you didn't already know, or if you didn't see the video, please go watch the video. But yeah, and they just have like some tack in there just to stick it on, because I don't want to go through the trouble putting a peg on there and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like how this head turned out. First time painting eyes, by the way, and I think they turned out pretty good. So yeah. And then he also comes with this knife. So this is the knife from Under the Red Hood movie, and it's made out of actual piece of steel. Like this right here is a real piece of steel. Here, let me get a magnet here. So magnet, see, that's real metal. That's a real piece of steel right there. And I have the making process of this knife, this specific knife right here, on my Patreon. So if you want to see how I went through the process of making this, you can check out my Patreon. But yeah, really happy with how this turned out. Made it look really close to the movie, but also a realistic size, because the movie looked pretty big. Well, in some angles it looked really big, but yeah. Really like how this knife turned out. Really happy with it. There's no sheath on Red Hood to like put on him, so I kind of just keep it lying around and stuff like that. But yeah, really happy with that knife. And yeah, that's about it for the review for both Red Hood and Nightwing here. Nothing else much to talk about. But yeah, really happy with these 2 customs. This guy will be going away, sadly. I'm going to be selling it to a good friend, actually. He's been like a supporter of mine since the beginning of when I first started all this stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be giving away to him. And I'll be making my own Red Hood. Here's like some progress of my Red Hood 2.0, stuff like that. There will be a full making process of this figure, I think, for my Patreons. I also be making a full muscle sculpture tutorial on my Patreon as well. So if you're curious about that, go check it out. But yeah, this is currently the progress that I currently have. But yeah. Okay, that's about it. That's all I really have to talk about by these guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.